Now this piece right here, we're not going to be needing it for a while. I don't know what step it is that we actually need it. The funnel goes on right here, and I don't think anything else actually goes on this. There's nothing that goes on the sides that I can see, and there's nothing marked out that any little detail goes on the top like it is right here. Now, I'll reposition the camera in a minute here. These winches, obviously, go in these places right here. Now, if you remember when we did the winches before, they didn't want to fit down very good. Now, I'm noticing just now, though, to my surprise, that it did. It actually fit down in the little recessed area there. So, in other words, I guess when I painted this, I didn't get a whole lot of paint in like I did before. Yeah, that works a lot better. Okay, let's reposition everything and get some little parts glued in place here and try and make this thing look like something. Now, I do want to remember that this 77 gray that we put on here yesterday is going to have a tendency to want to wick its way, in other words, when I put it right here. So what I'm trying to say is let's not put too much in here. We'll do this one first. Just sort of get it around the edges here. I don't want to wait too, maybe I should have put a little bit more in. All right. Oh, come back here. Okay, I believe that when that dries out, we shouldn't even hardly be able to see where the extra thin is. Grab this one a little better. Hey, that's the wrong way. There we go. Okay, I do believe that's seated right down as far as it can go. No use wiggling it anymore. We're just going to be turning the bottom of the winch into sprue goo, and it'll slowly disappear into the deck. Now, speaking of the deck, I was checking the painting diagram that Trumpeter sent, and they have indicated that this deck and also that smaller piece, that it should have been a lighter gray. Well, this is what we got. Now, these are some sort of a storage cabinet. They're supposed to go right in here into these square holes. They're not exactly falling into place. It's a bit of a tight fit. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to rely on the just let me get that piece back there. I'm going to rely on the extra thin to sort of enlarge the hole, and the part should sort of meld together. I know this isn't the proper way to do it, but let's just try one here. Maybe I'll move in a little closer. Now, some of you already know this, but the furnace cleaning I was talking about yesterday, I canceled it because of the COVID risk. Okay, now can I get that in there? Well, that went in easier than I thought. Does that look straight up and down? Yep, looks all right. Okay, I believe it's seated. stop with the poking. Now there is 3 mushroom vents that go on in this step. I'm thinking that perhaps, oh, that's a pretty tight fit. I was going to try and pull it back out, but it doesn't want to come out. I guess we're sort of pressure fitted in. Well, let's see what's going to happen with the other one. No use making a mess with a bunch of extra thin if I don't need to, right? I wonder if I was to grab it with the other tweezers, and I could see where it's going better. Yes. Doesn't seem to be quite. I guess it's all right. Okay, now the third one goes right here. Now I do have to be careful that I don't squeeze too hard because it'll ping out of these things. I think that's okay. Yeah, they look fairly straight. I don't think they're going to fall out of there. Now, about these windows that I later thought were vents, I am now realizing that they have nothing to do with vents. You're going to see. Now I think this paint is probably plenty dry enough that I don't need to worry about a constant pressure on the side of it that it's going to mark. It could, I suppose. Anyway, I've got a piece of soft foam here so that the alligator clamp isn't going to mark it. Okay, here we have our 3 windows, slash vents, slash that's wrong too. And what's this on here now? Dust. Okay. I think probably some of you already know what those were actually for. Those were just to show where you put the hose reels. Now I wonder, why would these hose reels be so high up? Well, obviously they were. Maybe when we see it mounted on the shelter deck, it'll make a lot more sense. And then, of course, this one goes here. All right, we'll zoom in a little bit, and I'll get myself some CA thin. No, CA medium be better. I wonder if this would look better the other way up. Yeah, that molding seam is a little bit more in. I wonder if I got enough on there. Doesn't seem to want to fit very good down into the... Let me use my finger here. Hope it doesn't stick to my finger now. I can sort of feel the pressure better. Yeah, it doesn't seem to want to stick down in there. I could push it with something flat here. Well, that's going to scrape the paint off. Okay, I'll just grab hold of this. Yeah, you know what I did? You can't see it, but I actually scraped the paint off of there. Okay. I guess I should be putting plenty on because, you know, it could be that that panel line color that we have on there is going to act as a barrier to keep the glue from the CA from curing. It's just not going well, is it? Maybe I should be using Tony's tweezers. I'd be able to see a little better. Yeah. Let's just try this a dry run here first. This one seems to fit better. You know, looking at this from a different angle, it should come back just a little bit here. I'm going to have to put more CA on it. It started to cure. You can see where it was adhering a little bit back on the back of this thing. Okay, let's just try it like this. Okay, whoa. It's just not dropping down into that hole. So I want to, this is kind of sharp too. I just would like to move that back just a little bit. Okay, I think it's going to be okay. We'll be viewing it from the top, and this is the top. So this one here maybe is a little bit too far down, but anyway, let's just do this one here now. Yeah, I'll use Tony's tweezers. They're going to work a lot better. Okay, we'll let this cure, and then we'll try and get these brackets mounted on the side. These are the little cradles or whatever you want to call them that the boats are going to mount in. But I spent a lot of time doing that. Well, not a lot of time, but probably a couple of hours over that video that I made about the furnace cleaning. Yeah, I have to video everything, don't I? Anyway, I think that's it for today, folks, because it is later than you'd think. So, thanks for watching, and all being well, we'll see you tomorrow.